Hi, welcome to Righetti Italiana. I'm Francesca.
I'm Joelle. We're so glad to see you again today. We had a really fun time last week.
We did.
We had a lot of fun. And here we are today. And let's see, we have our mascots.
This is Ave Maria, and here's her cute little
sporting her summer dress.
Her summer dress with her little flower on it.
This one, he's got a beat like a cop. Put him in a little cop outfit.
And he's already arrested 3 people. Okay.
There you go.
And gave me a couple tickets for speeding. Hello. Anyways.
What's good?
Well, I have a trivia question that is going to be fairly easy, but it's weird. It's like the ancient Romans were just magnificent at inventions. And guess who invented the first shoe?
Do tell.
The ancient Romans. They used it as a status symbol. And it's just interesting to look at because the shoe actually is almost like the shoes that Italian guys wear today, or the guys that want to get dressed up that wear today, over 2,000 years ago.
Wow, it's amazing.
It is.
You know, I'm blown away sometimes by history. I know that when I went into Italy and we went into the catacombs. Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah, I do.
The underground. So they have these underground burial grounds under there, and they have these images of these families that were in there, and their paintings on the wall. And just thousands of years ago, before they had air conditioning, before they had stoves, before they had electricity, before they had anything like that, they were able to walk around this earth barefoot.
Yeah.
And just to think that they found something to put on their feet, and just the way that we have evolved to.
But like I said, it's a status symbol, and the fashion mogul industry really comes from Milan and France, of course, but we're going to give most of the credit to the Italians. Oh, just kidding. But anyways.
Oh, gee.
I just have to do that. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
We love the French, though. They're magnificent people.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love their food. And they have a beautiful country. And but the Italians really do make the best leather shoes in the world. Leather belts.
Oh, yeah. I remember when
do you know why?
Huh.
Because they use the best dye. Their dye is like no other. Nothing like any other country. Their dye is from real berries, and they've never changed it from the beginning of time. I did the research on that some time ago.
That's interesting. I know when I walked through the streets of Florence, they had these vendors on the streets making homemade belts, and you could stop right there at their little vendor booths, and they would size you for a leather belt. You could pick any color, any size, any buckle, and I still have those belts. And it's just amazing the things that they do there. I wish they would do that over here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of good shoemakers and tailor. I mean, well, there are. I mean, I have a great tailor here in Las Vegas, but it's really difficult to find a good shoemaker for some reason. A reasonable one who's decent. It seems like they're hard to come by.
Well, I have the answer to that because everybody wants to be naked here in the United States.
In the U.S., in Las Vegas.
I'm telling you. And everybody's into clothes in Europe. Their clothes is a big statement in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, the women are wearing dresses every day and pretty shoes, and the guys like their suits. So here, everybody just wants to be nude. Okay.
What are you going to do? Speaking of clothes. So I went last week and I bought my cap and gown.
Yay. I'm so excited. It's awesome.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
So, and I found out, oddly enough, that I graduate on Monday and my son graduates from 8th grade on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So we both get to walk the same week. And we both get to watch each other walk. I thought that was kind of crazy.
That is so cool.
So I'm excited about that. I can't believe he's going to be a freshman.
I know. Oh, God, the girls are going to be blowing up his phone.
I know.
Oh,
well, no, he's not allowed to date till he's 16.
Okay, well, I could be the crazy aunt that could just, give some threats.
He's totally cool. No, he's totally cool. He's, he's kind of, it's different today than it was when we were younger, I think.
Yeah.
Our kids are more sheltered, or at least it feels that way to the way that I've raised him. He's very sheltered. And I think that's good. Slow down, slow them down.
Yeah.
There's no rush. There's no reason to put them out there. They're too young. I told them, make a lot of friends and enjoy your life. It's the best thing, in my opinion.
And don't date until you're 30 years old.
No, 30 is too old. But
not in my book, it's not.
But, I mean, hypothetically speaking, I think, after they turn 18, I think they're mentally somewhat a little bit more responsible than they are when they're 13 or 14. I just think it's too young. I think that they're learning about themselves. They're trying to grow into what they want to be and what they like and what they're going to become. It all morphs around that age. So
Yeah, that's true.
in my opinion, let him take his time,
Well, anyways, we have a great guest coming on the show today. His
we do.
name is Leland Holgate, Senior. And he has a wonderful story to tell the audience. You are going to be so impressed.
You are. So before we go to commercial, I want to tell everyone that we went out last weekend.
Yes, we
to the
did.
Italian American Club.
Yes.
I feel like I've lived under a box for all these years, but I have just so enjoyed going out and meeting different Italian people. It's been so much fun, right?
Oh, it was a great time.
And what did you eat?
I had ziti's.
Baked ziti. Very
No,
good.
not baked
Oh,
ziti.
not baked. Just ziti with red sauce.
Yeah, just ziti with red sauce.
It was good. And of course, I always have the
the beans and
greens.
And the greens.
And
And
I
I
put-
tasted it. It was very good.
really good. I love the greens and beans. Healthy.
Yeah.
I don't like to eat too late at night because it's not good for you. But man, I had such an appetite that night, so it was
Yeah.
fun.
Well, she had just finished performing.
Yeah.
So, and then she performed again.
Aw,
And it was just amazing.
Yeah, Chris and I sat in with Carmine Mendia. He's really awesome. He plays there on Friday nights, and it's fun. It's always fun to get up and sit in and see all the talented people that are there. There was a show going on there with another good friend of ours named Carmen, and he had a show that he was doing there with what the hell was it? He did Tony Bennett, and he had a Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga show, and it was really great. There were some clips. Carmen Romano is his name, good friend of ours, and
Is it Carmen or Carmine?
no, Carmen.
Oh, Carmen.
Carmen
See,
Romano.
I'm so sorry. I screw up everybody's name.
It's terrible.
I just do that.
Yeah. But a shout out to Carmen. And he's going to come on the show sometime. We talked to him. We talked to a lot of
Wonderful.
people
Yeah.
there that night that are going to come on the show. There's so many wonderful locally talented people. Can't talk today.
That's okay. Because we actually just had our coffee and we haven't finished it. So
I'm telling you,
ching
cheers.
ching.
All right, well, when we come back, we're going to meet a fabulous guest named Leland Holgate Sr.
Yes. We'll be
right
right back. Did we ace it?
Nieve Melandra Boutique is your one-stop shop for the hottest looks from casual to the red carpet. We have stunning and affordable gowns, and we will help you put your own complete look together with a variety of accessories, including shoes. We have the trendiest and most appropriate look for your Vegas vacation or your night out on the town. You can shop online at melandraboutique.com or visit us at our location in Summerlin, Buffalo, and Alta. The address is 450 South Buffalo Drive.
Hi, welcome back. We have a great guest with us today.
Oh my gosh. His name is Leland Holgate Sr.
Yes.
And he is from Vicenza, Italy. And we're going to learn all about Mr. Holgate. So would
Yes,
you
we
please
are.
welcome Leland? Hi.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing great. Good to be here. Good to be
It's so
here.
good to have you on our show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So tell me about your life.
Oh, okay. So born in Vicenza, Italy, like you said, lived there till I think I was 3, and then we moved to Germany. So I spent most of my young years in Europe, which was fun.
Eating really good food.
Yes, lots of good food.
Yes.
Lots of really good food.
Awesome.
Yes. So we moved to Germany, came to the States when I was about 8, and from there grew up in Florida.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
grew up on the East Coast. I was south, but still on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did all your family come here and they migrated here?
Actually, before that, yeah, my dad actually being in the army was stationed, and that's how I was born in Vicenza, Italy. So
Oh, how
I was just
nice.
lucky enough to be the only one in my family that was born in the old country. So-
Italian by birth, people, okay? With spaghetti hanging out of his mouth.
Now, have you been back to to Italy?
I have several times, and it's one of my favorite places to go, and it gets harder and harder to leave every time I go back. Oh my God.
Do you have family there too now?
No, just friends. All the families over here. Most of them are in the Northwest. We do have some in the Northeast, of course, because, you know, we're all over that area. But
That's cool.
yeah, so I still have some friends back there, though.
So you came to Florida when you were 8, and then what happened?
So from there, grew up in Florida, you know, beach bum all the time, lived on the beach, and from there joined the military. I got tired of being told what to do, so I figured I'd join the military.
Well, you have a military family, right? So was it kind of, did you have siblings?
I do, yeah. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Did everybody go into the military?
I was the only one, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you oldest?
I am. I'm
You're
the
firstborn.
oldest. Yep.
So the firstborn male, so your dad must have been so proud.
Of course, he was very proud. Yeah, made Dad happy. He didn't want me joining the Army, which was he was in, and he didn't want me being in a Marines, so I went Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force
that's
is
good.
really,
That's wonderful.
That is the where the rats go. No, just kidding. That's what they say.
She's kind of right,
nothing
though.
about
She's
that.
kinda right.
My son went into the Air Force, and I was so grateful because it's an awesome level of branch. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I think so.
And if I didn't, it's a blooper, so enjoy it.
That's awesome. Okay, so you went into the military and you were 16?
I was 17.
17?
Yeah. So I didn't actually leave until after my 18th birthday, but of course my dad was willing enough to sign the paperwork since I decided to
Now,
go to
was
the Air
he
Force.
still active?
He was. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was still in the Army. He was
How
an
cool.
Army Ranger, so Special Forces.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's good. And you served the country?
Almost 3 years. Almost 3 years until I unfortunately broke my neck. And
Really? Where was that?
that was here actually. So it's one of those funny things where you make it through all the tough stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the last operation that we had was Yugoslavia during Bill Clinton's era. So when we got back from that, we got our 3-day liberty, and we decided, let's go to the lake, blow off some steam, get rid of all this stuff that we had to deal with. And we're out there having some fun. Wave runner goes one way, and I went off of the wave runner and just right on the water. That was it.
And you became a paraplegic, correct?
Quad, actually.
Oh, quad.
Yeah, from the neck down.
What did you break? What did
It
you
was
suffer?
it was at C2, so I have a contusion on my upper spinal cord that they say will never heal. I think, based off of, you know, the work that we're doing lately,
Right.
that's not the case, but I was told to just kind of get used to what I was dealing with. It might be a lifelong thing.
Now,
so.
were you numb from the waist down?
Yeah.
Or- Really?
Yeah, the only thing I could feel was like just about the Adam's apple up, so I could barely move my head, and that was about it. Yeah, it was the scariest thing I had ever dealt with in my
And you were
life.
how old at that time?
I was 19.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine
Oh my God.
people being 19 and, you know, not even 21 yet and having to go through that?
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was. I was, at first, of course, I was a big baby. I was just a ball of a mess. I can't believe this is, woe is me. Why did this
Yeah.
happen? Went through those suicidal tendencies
course.
like all of us do. Like,
Yeah.
well, my life is
And you
over.
were fully
then-
in a wheelchair.
I wasn't even in a wheelchair at that point. I was still laying prostrate in the bed. So that
Completely
was-
crippled.
Yeah, I was,
Like 100%.
yeah.
And you really didn't know if you would ever walk again, correct?
Didn't know, and that's what they kept on telling me, like the doctors always do. They kind of, you know, manage your expectations type of thing. You know, this might be what you're dealing with for life, so just get used to it, kind of thing. And
Wow.
That alone causes major depression. So how did you get to where you are today?
So something happened within the first 2 days.
And you stayed in Florida, or were you?
No, I was actually in Arkansas when that happened. So that's where I was stationed, was in Little Rock. And we came back to a place called Heber Springs, which is where we were out there.
Okay.
So I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. They brought me from Heber Springs to Little Rock, and that's where I was. And for the first 2 days, it was just all in my head. I couldn't stop crying. And from Yugoslavia, all the stuff that we dealt with, it just kept playing back in my head, and I had everything going on. And something happened. I don't know what happened, but I was thinking about what was going on. Alarm bells were going off in my head, you know, the things that happened from Yugoslavia. And I just woke up and I was like, no, I'm not.
Will to live.
I'm not going to be a prisoner in my own body, and I'm not going to allow this to be my whole life where I just live in my head.
Listen to this story, people. No, this is for anyone else that's going through this or something similar through this. There's always hope. always.
Always, and it all starts here. It
Yeah.
really does. It all
Battles
starts
in
up
your
here.
mind.
Mind over matter,
Absolutely,
always.
absolutely.
So what happened?
So I started just to think like that. Like, no, I'm not going to put up with this. This is not going to be my life. I am not going to be a vegetable
accept
just
that.
laying here. Right. And then something happened when I woke up the previous morning or the next morning, and I felt these tingles going down the very back of my neck, all the way into what's called the brachial plexus, which is like one of the biggest nerve roots that we have that feeds down into your shoulders. So I started feeling those tingles, and that immediately, I mean, I get chills thinking about it now. Those same chills just rushed through my body, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I immediately started asking the nurses and asking the doctors, anybody that came in, move my arms, please, move my legs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm starting to feel things going on. And at first, one of the doctors was like, you know, it could just be in your head. Don't get too excited. I was like, no, I'm excited. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I can feel something.
Wow.
Yeah, so it took a few weeks from that point forward to feel down by the waist and start to feel things down through the legs. But within the first 2 months, I at least had about 50% mobility back. At least. Yeah, so it was something that they couldn't even explain themselves.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God, I still to this day get chills thinking about it. It was amazing to have that happen after just absolute despair and.
Yeah.
Now, was your family by your side during this time or no?
Unfortunately, they were in Florida, and they were planning on coming up until that started happening. And I was like, hold on. Just hold on. I know you guys want to come visit, but maybe I can come visit you. Let's see where this goes, kind of thing.
Sure.
So, and with Dad being active, he couldn't exactly just get away. They would have let him, but I told him just hold on.
Yeah.
You know, they talked to me constantly. They were on the phone with me all the time. So, I mean, they were there in spirit with me. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you rehabbed in Little Rock, pretty much, and how long were you there?
I was there for about 13 months.
Really?
So, yeah, I went through physical therapy while I was going through the process of outboarding in the military, you know, the out processing and stuff that we do there. So about 13 months more of physical therapy. And unbeknownst to me, my physical therapist was putting me through yoga poses. So I had no idea. He was doing Paschimottanasana where you're folding, and he was doing other yin positions that were stretching open the hips and stretching open the shoulders. So I didn't know what yoga was. As far as I was concerned at that point, being a young 19-year-old guy, thought it was for females and
For ballerinas. It's just for ballerinas. Tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Exactly. Somebody wearing Lululemon
Yeah.
with a nice mat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That was
I like
that was
Lululemon
yoga.
clothes. Just saying.
And not knocking Lululemon. I love it.
I love it.
Wow, that's incredible. So 13 months, and then did you start to walk, or was
Yes. Yeah, I was walking actually within the first 3 months. It was just very assisted, or I had to have a walker or a cane. I was grabbing onto things. So by the end of those 13 months, I still had my cane, but I was up and walking. So already beat the odds, already, you know, overcame my expectations.
You had the will to live.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes, you know.
Now,
the will
are
to
you? Do you have a relationship spiritually? How do you feel about? Talk to me about. Are you religious? Do you?
You know, of course, grew up. Family was Catholic, and then moved through different religions and stuff. So I am not religious myself per se.
Okay.
But I do love what they all have to say. I feel like they're all saying the same thing in a different way, and it all just speaks of the language of love.
spiritual.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
being spiritual. Yeah.
Absolutely, very, very spiritual person. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you use that to tap into? Did you feel like you had a purpose and a reason for being here, and so that drove you, or was it just something?
It was physical at first. The spiritual aspect and the whole mental aspect of it fell on me later on, and that's where I kind of moved into where I'm at now. But at first, it was all physical. Like, okay, cool, I can see what it's doing for this. Let me take care of this, and let me get back up and moving, kind of thing.
And then you realize that it's all kind of
Exactly. Yeah, I noticed. Somebody would cut me off, and I didn't want to rip their throat out.
Yeah.
Or, you took
Like
my
I
parking
do.
spot.
You come from a place
Every
of love.
day.
I get it.
Right. Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this process happened, and then so did you get married? Do you have children? Okay.
Yeah, so as soon as I got to Vegas, which is the first place I came to once I rehabbed and got to the point where I could
When did
walk
you arrive
again.
here?
It was in 2000.
Oh, wow. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So came
Okay, good.
here.
You've been here for a while.
Yeah. Came here in 2000. I met my now ex-wife, but we're still good friends.
Oh, I love hearing that.
And
That's how it should be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello.
Especially if you're raising children.
Yeah,
I have the
exactly.
same thing.
Because
Exactly.
grandchildren come and everything has to.
Yeah, so it's
have
got
to-
you got to have that cohesion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys aren't together, but you're going to see each other for family dinners
Gotta
and
make it work.
Christmases. Yeah,
make it
exactly,
work.
exactly.
True.
So
I love it.
yeah.
So you got married.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you had.
We have 3 kids. My 2 oldest are my stepkids, but those are my babies.
That's
Okay.
right.
I've been there since they were 3 and 4.
That's right.
And then I have Leland Holgate Jr., who is now 18, about to be 19 in
Wow.
November. So yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we started like right off of the
He
gate.
looks
when I got here.
18. I think he's lying.
I know.
He's telling
Thank
us
you.
a story
Tell them
here.
it's in the sauce.
Yeah.
It's a lot of yoga. Just do a lot of yoga. It'll help, I promise.
And macaroni when he was 3 years old.
There you go. Yeah. Do you
And
eat,
that too.
Do you eat gluten?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I try to stay away from it. I do. I love cooking. I,
know
love
it's
cooking.
tough. You get the bug.
I know,
and then
I know.
You can't stop. You gotta
Right.
do too.
Yeah.
And I was vegan for a while. Now I'm mostly vegan because every now and then I gotta have my spaghetti bolagnese. I gotta,
Yeah.
Have some
Oh, my
meatballs and
God.
some sausage
Exactly.
and a good piece of meat.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
know.
you do.
I know
you
it's
do.
tough. I'm
yeah.
the same
I
way.
can't turn down a fresh made piece of mozzarella.
Oh, mozzarella. Hey. Whoa,
It
hey.
needs to come with the sound mechanisms.
It's actually mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
On the East Coast, they
Mazza.
say
Mazza
mozzarella,
balls.
and the Italians from Italy get pissed at us.
Yes, they do. Yes,
And they
do.
go, there's no U in mozzarella. It's mozzarella.
It's mozzarella. The other day.
I don't want any hate mail. Please, no hate
The other
mail.
day we were eating every Sunday. We try to do Sunday sauce, and I have a 14-year-old son.
Right.
And so we were eating on Sunday. My mom comes over and stuff. We're eating, and my son says, "Ma, do you have any regatta?" I said, "No, it's regatta. Don't say ricotta.
Regatta.
What kind of American Italiano?" I wanted to smack at you. He's like, "Sorry, Ma, I wanted to make it."
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So oddly enough, we have a mutual friend
Yes.
named Paul Benedict,
Yeah,
who is
awesome guy.
a realtor in town, and he's also into yoga.
He is.
And one of my dear friends got him into yoga.
Yeah. Who was that?
Her name's Kara,
Okay.
and she got him into yoga just
Yeah.
by accident. She invited him to go to class.
All right.
And that's how it started for him.
Nice.
But in November, he came over for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and 4 years ago, I had a hip replacement, and I can't tell you, I was a contortionist for 20 years.
Wow.
So to be a contortionist,
Oh my
and
God.
then become debilitated from
Right.
because you just don't know what happens to your body when you put metal things in you.
Yeah.
Because everything changes.
Yeah.
And I can no longer do the splits and do things that I used to be able to do.
Right.
So it took me 4 years to get back to class, but it was Paul that actually got me back into yoga, and now
That's
I'm over
awesome.
at 103. I've just started in November, so I haven't ventured out to your studio yet.
That's cool. We
But
got plenty of time.
It took me a minute. I'm dying to take your class,
Awesome.
but
Me too.
I
I'm
tell
going to
you,
take it too.
hot yoga, sometimes it's a mental thing.
It is.
And it pisses you off because it's so hot in there.
Yeah.
You're like, if they don't open the door, I've never done it.
No, I've
Oh!
never done it.
If you,
Oh my God. Yeah,
it's
you
a-
have to.
It's a brain thing.
It is. It is. Because even I go through that. Trust me, there's plenty of times, especially with Mark Balfi Taylor, which is our senior master instructor and trainer for
Okay.
all of us yoga instructors.
Okay.
He is, I like to call him the heat Nazi. He gets it nice and hot in there and only gives you the fan every now and then. And there's times I got to fight myself
Wait,
too.
Amelia puts the heaters. Like, I always
Okay.
go in the front right corner of the class, and she puts the heater right behind me. And I'm like, it's probably 115 with the heater on you. And I'm like, open the door right now. That's my crap. You just,
Yeah.
Right.
you got to stay.
mental
You do.
thing.
You have to.
But
Yeah.
I've learned, like they said to me, oh, you need your knee done. You're probably going to have your other hip done. I was ready. I'm like, sign me up. Where do I go in for surgery? And then in November, I started training. And you know what? I have full mobility in
love
my
it.
knee, my hip. I'm starting to be able to move differently.
Yeah. I love hearing that because that's
Oh.
what I try to tell people all the time is, I mean, obviously listen to your doctor. I'm not saying
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
saying
I
don't
know.
listen to your doctor.
I know.
Obviously I do and didn't as
Yeah.
well, you know,
Yeah.
at a certain
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But there are certain things like that can be healed through yoga. There's so many things that yoga
I couldn't
can do.
walk last year and got those gel injections, which is what they give horses. Have you heard of those?
Yep.
They put gel injections in your knees so that you don't feel the tears and the rips and things.
Right.
And I mean, it was great. I didn't have any pain, but I still couldn't bend my knee. I had no mobility to bend.
Yeah.
Now, after doing yoga for 6 months,
Look at you.
hallelujah,
Wow.
the whole heavens open.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
And
I like Pilates. I'm-
Pilates is great.
Yeah, I like
good.
Pilates. I'm a
It is.
Pilates, more of a Pilates person.
So
I've
then
done that.
technically you've done yoga then, because
Oh, okay.
Joseph Pilates
True.
that created it, it's all based off
Yes.
of yogic theory. It's core strength and you know all the things that you need to bring your body back into a healthy position.
Speaking of Joseph Pilates, wasn't he Italian?
He was.
Yes. Hear that, people? That's another show.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me what you're doing now in your life
Yeah.
to keep on your Italian traditions with your children as well.
Yeah, so actually one of the, I did a lot of cooking for them as they were growing. And I actually haven't kept up on a lot of that. So I need to hang out with you guys.
Got it
Yeah,
on Sunday.
there you go.
Sunday, we
you
have
go.
Sunday sauce.
Yes, I'm down. I am
I'm
so
just saying,
down.
and I've created this for my son. He knows. He's like, Ma, what are we having for Sunday sauce? I'm like, what do you think? We're having bread roll. We're having sausage. So
I am so
it's just
down
a
for that.
step you have to make.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And you know what it is now that I've got the empty nest thing going on, there's nobody to cook for. So I
Yeah.
still cook every now and then.
Yeah.
I'll cook for a date or but for myself, I
It
don't
is
know,
hard when you're just by yourself.
Yeah, it's a
You know
little
what I mean?
different.
It is
I understand.
different.
I get it. I do. But you should invite your children over once a month.
This is true, and I would if they were in town.
We're going to check up.
Oh.
We're going to check. Oh, we can't check up. They're out of town. We'll pretend. We will pretend to check up on Leland Holgate Senior.
So if someone wanted to come and take your class, where would we go?
Okay, so I have a couple of different places. On Mondays at 1:30, I teach over at True Fusion on Blue Diamond.
Okay.
So that's the only class that I have
Could it
left
get any
over.
farther away from me? I live in BFE.
It's near me. Yeah.
It is over there, and hopefully, I
East
think
Berlin.
I think they're exploring putting a location out on this side of town. We'll see how that goes. 'Cause
Help.
we have the other three. So,
Okay.
But Monday you can find me at our Blue Diamond location, and on let's see, Wednesday I have a class that I created myself called Warrior Flow.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I teach that at the Downtown Yoga and Wellness Co-op. So that's off of Bridger and in between 7th and 8th.
How is that? I love downtown right now.
It's really great, and actually the space that we have is inside of the Driven building. So I don't know if you know Sam Schmidt, but he was the race car driver who crashed his car into a wall while he was racing and is now a quadriplegic.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I get chills thinking about it. So all these amazing synchronicities have happened.
Connecting.
Is he trying to do yoga, or can he?
He
can't?
unfortunately, because of his injury, is a quadriplegic and would need. I mean, hopefully, based off of the technology and the way that medical technology
Yes.
is going, who knows what
There's
they
always
can do
hope.
here
Yeah,
very
one day,
soon.
hopefully
Right.
they'll come up
There's
with-
always
But
hope.
the cool part is people like him that decide to take their disability and turn it into something divergent. Something completely different and serving other people.
Like you did.
Yeah,
And
there you
tell
go.
us about your Warrior Project. How you-
Awesome. Yes. So I started a nonprofit called Warriors for Life America. And Warriors for Life America is geared toward our military, veterans, and first responders, their families as well. A lot of it is healing through yoga and meditation. And then we have outdoor events and community events as well. So that's why I created that Warrior Flow class. It's a lot of hip openers and a lot of shoulder openers. So this is where we hold our anger and resentment. This is where we hold our depression and regret.
You're telling me, he's telling the Italian girls this. We know this by heart.
So a lot of shoulder
Yes, you're
openers.
right. I'm gonna kill you.
Right? And we do this a lot. So,
Yeah. Or this.
So yeah, a lot of shoulder openers.
She's got the spoon around her wrist
I
today. She's
really
like,
do. This,
instead of holding the wooden spoon. Okay, sorry. So Warrior Project.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Warrior Flow helps out with a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff.
A lot of this stuffing. Get out of here, mother.
Maybe I'll even have to do that too. I'll have to create some sort of Italian yoga class where you're
There you
using
go.
your arms and all that good stuff.
and
But-
the FBI will be here very shortly to question all of us, okay? Thank you. Anyways.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's on Wednesdays, 9 a.m. And then just following it, we have a class that's called Trauma Recovery Yoga.
Really?
And that's another one that I teach as well.
Yeah.
It's another nonprofit that I'm partnered with, actually, and the Downtown Yoga and Wellness Co-op. So the three of us together are like this trinity of amazing nonprofits that are out there working to affect some change. So it's a great one. In fact, the Trauma Recovery Yoga or Warrior Flow is great for anybody, all levels. Any one of you, please come out and check it out.
Because this is something that my sister deals with. She has an enlarged heart, and the doctors tell her minimal. You can't. She's on oxygen at night, but she's trying desperately to keep. She walks,
right?
But could she do something like
that? Absolutely. Anybody can. In fact, I have people in wheelchairs, or quadriplegics come into our class. Absolutely. Yeah, so anybody can do it. It's an all levels class, and it's not because it's set towards one position. It's because we make sure that you understand the expression of choice in yoga. You do as much or as little as you want. So that is yoga in itself. And we tell people all the time, if you come into yoga and you just breathe, you're doing yoga.
Yeah, that's true.
That's 90 to 95% of yoga.
It is all
breath.
in your head.
Yeah.
And now we want to wrap this up because the FBI is on their way here. No, just kidding. FBI means full-blooded Italian. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. Anyways, we want you to like his nonprofit organization. How can our audience find you on Facebook?
So currently you can type in Warriors for Life America on Facebook to find our Facebook page. I will actually put on our website on there as well. It's warriorsforlifeamerica.org. That's under, it's being created right now, but we have the URL already.
That's cool.
Set
And
aside.
the addresses of the places you teach again is True Fusion?
True Fusion off of Blue Diamond and Decatur. And then Downtown Yoga and Wellness, which is off of 701 Bridger. So it's Bridger and in between 7th and 8th.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. You are a plethora of information.
Thank you
What
so
an incredible
much.
story.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks
I
for
know.
sharing.
Isn't he amazing?
I try.
We have some of the most incredible people
We
in
do.
Las Vegas.
We
so
do.
thanks for sharing your gift
Thank you
with us.
so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
When we come back, we're going to visit with our mascots.
Yep. Be right back.
We'll keep on turning, the blueberry keep on burning. Revelries on the river. Bring the sun around my
And we are back.
Wow, a fabulous show.
What a great
It
show.
just gets better and better. There's so many interesting people in the Las Vegas Valley.
I know,
right?
there really is.
Yeah.
I cannot make it emphatically more clear than to please ask our audience to please sign into YouTube, like us, and subscribe.
Subscribe,
A lot of
subscribe.
people are watching our videos, and we love that, and we honor that, and we appreciate that, but we need that like and subscription because that's how we get our viewers. That's how YouTube knows that we're being watched, and that's so important for us.
I mean, we're new, so it's going to take some
Right.
time. But we just want to remind you, and if you're just tuning into our show, we want to thank you. We also have something interesting that we came up with on Facebook. We do have a page on Facebook. If there's any questions that you have for us, please inbox us in Facebook and let us know if there's any questions or concerns or somebody you'd like to see on the show or
Topics?
Topics.
What topic do you want us to research and talk about? Because we're here for you.
Yeah.
We love you guys, and we're here for you to entertain you.
And we want to dress these dogs up every week. So
Yes.
this week I have the police over here on this little guy.
and she's in her little
Summer
party dress because she's going to go to the mall. Okay?
Hilarious. Well, again, we want to
Yeah.
thank you so very much for watching. And next week on our show, we have a fabulous guest named Stephanie Savage.
Hi, Stephanie. she's in a rock group, and she has a beautiful voice, and you'll get to hear it, and you'll get to see her pretty face, and
And learn all about what she's doing here in the Las Vegas Valley.
exactly.
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Ciao.
See you. Ciao, ciao.